I'm back. I'm back. Yo, this is Hatim. We on the Giami journey. I like to welcome you here. And I like to say thank you for tuning in. Those that are tuning in. Those that just finding out that I'm going live. I'm hot and I'm on the air. I just got here. I have to apologize for my lateness. Today is my baby's, my youngest daughter, Gigi's birthday. And we had a little shindig for her, and you can check out some pictures on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram of Miss Gigi styling her little wigs and all the little stuff that her auntie and her mama, my mama bought her. So, hey, I like to send out some shots to Oxy Water, world's first oxygen enhanced flavored mineral water. And also, we want to send out shots to Orange 82 for the intro and the exit music that you hear every time I come on. I'm sitting here live at the Monte Cristo after about a 3 to 4 week layover. You know, I've been at Simba for a couple of weeks, and last week I was just too tired to do a show, so I didn't want to give y'all nothing without energy. And tonight, of course, I'm joined by one of my co-hosts, Mr. Quasi Lowe, who constantly brings some good conversation for us to have here on this late night. One of the things I definitely want to open up with, because I'm exploring a lot of things, as you heard, if any of y'all that listened to On Mile 3 yesterday and the day before that, I was talking about habits and how they proliferate our lives, and we don't even realize it. We are surrounded by habits. We have individual habits, we have cultural habits, we have societal habits, we have national habits that we all participate in. And the question that I have is, how can we start using the knowledge of habits to our advantage? Quasi wasn't prepared for this conversation, but I'm quite sure he got some insight, because what we like to do on Freestyle Fridays is basically freestyle. So we want you to tune in, and you can chat with us on through my Spreaker. You go to www.giamijourney.com, and you can tune in live, as well as make some comments, and we will respond to them as soon as they pop up on the screen. And if not, we gonna have a good time any damn way. Ain't that right, bro?
Yes, sir.
You want to introduce yourself? Go on, let us know what's on your mind, because I told them a little bit about what's on mine.
What up, everybody? It's Quasi Lowe. I'm sure you done heard my voice before. If not, you about to hear it tonight. Yeah, man, talking about, that's definitely something I wasn't prompted on what the topic of conversation was going to be tonight, and I actually enjoy that, you know what I'm saying? Keep me loose and keep me free thinking is something I like to consider myself a free thinking individual, so you about to get the free thoughts of Quasi Lowe. But, I don't know where I want to go. I want to, just kind of be patient and see where my big bro want to take it. You know what I mean? But I definitely have been thinking about my actions and my habits and the things that I do and why I do it. And that's definitely something that's been on my mind a lot lately. So I'm interested in this conversation, see where it goes.
All right, now this is the major question here. Let's get to personal habits. How many people, because like I said yesterday, and I'm saying it for this radio show because I got a different audience for this radio show here. The question that I have is, what do we do that's not a habit? Everything in our life is based on habits that we have developed. And, I mean, when you look at the neuroscience behind this thing, it's a monster, dude. I mean, these habits are shaping and forming our lives. And what we do is we don't take control of the habits, and they sometimes end up leading us in places that we don't want to go. Some of us have sex habits. Some of us have alcohol and drug habits. Some of us got tobacco habits. Some of us got just being broke habits. Yes, being broke is a habit. You heard it first here on the GM. Being broke is a habit. Making money is a habit. Getting up, going to work is a habit. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you do on a regular basis has the potential of becoming a habit. And I want to stress that. I want to really, really stress that. I want you to really think about that. What habits have been shaping your life? I'm gonna start with Quasi Low. We waiting for some more people to come. If they don't come, it's cool too. But Quasi, can you give me some habits in your life that you may been working with, either in a good way or a bad way?
Um, quick thought. I hear myself saying, I guess it's kind of an oxymoron. I hear myself saying a lot of times that I get tired of hearing my own voice. One of my biggest habits is just talking. You know what I mean? And I feel like a pretty reasonably intelligent person. You know what I mean? I think that I think I'm pretty reflective. With that being said, I was introduced to a new train of thought, like here recently, sometime this year, in my studies, talking about like ancient, how ancient societies pretty much brought up their people to think, you know, maybe did or didn't, or just some cultures that was in place. And it's a thing called a classical education. A classical education consists of grammar, logic, and rhetoric. And with those things, grammar is more like symbols, letters, words, anything that represents something else. Logic is what those grammar, with that grammar, with those symbols, what they mean. You know what I mean? Having a deeper discussion about, or a deeper understanding of what those symbols represent. And then the rhetoric part is just having an open discussion with your peers about those symbols and about what they logically mean, and having a conversation, an objective conversation with not necessarily any purpose in mind, but just challenging these thoughts that we have. You know what I mean? So that really greatly influenced my thought, and I think that I have come in contact with a classical education, but I won't consider myself classically educated. You know what I'm saying? I think we might get into that a little bit more, but I think that's what you get from that is just a greater understanding of how to see your actions and where they come from and what they're likely to be in the future. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people just live in a bubble of the moment, and you know, and that can be kind of destructive. I don't know if I got kind of sidetracked, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic.
We freestyling. We of the hip hop generation, and we freestyle. So where the conversation is, where the conversation go. But I'm gonna bring it back to this, because this is the thing I'm wrestling with right now personally. I am becoming of the belief, or I'm in the study right now, looking at habits, and one of the major things that classical education did was it instilled habits, just like modern education do. Because when you lay out the grammar, the logic, and the rhetoric, those you practice over and over again until you ingrain them, so that you don't have to think about them no more. Anytime we move towards mastery in anything, what we're trying to do is develop habits. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that. You know, and I mean, it causes a lot of problems for a lot of people, because we seem to be acting on autopilot, cruising through life and letting our habits lead us to where they're going, rather than us taking control of those. That's going to be a major step for Giammi next, is because we going to really start having people break down the habits that they have, and being able to change the ones that change or replace the habits that are inhibiting them from getting to where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with another conversation after this break. I'm sending shots out to Oxywater. I'm sending shots out to Orange 82. Also to Gum Roll. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. If you have any thoughts or anything, shoot them in. We are back. Yo, we are back, yo. And this is Gianni Journey. And I'm going to turn the music off so that you can hear me a little bit clear. And Quasi be having some bomb conversations. And then he sit back when the mic come on, man. The mic is hot. Go on, hit us with what you was just talking about. Let's go and continue that thought and get some conversation moving here.
So I was just talking about that the three, the grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Actually, that's a concept. Like I said, I just became aware of that terminology recently, but that's not something that's something I'm actually kind of familiar with. Brother Hatem introduced me and all of the brothers that brothers and sisters that came along, under his guidance in the Giami tribe, or however they might come along. He introduced us to a concept of 3 levels of learning. The first level being intelligence of the mind. The second level, forgive me, y'all. The first level was memorization. The second level is intelligence of the mind, and the third level is intelligence of the heart. So if you compare those two, what I was saying before, the first one is grammar, and then the first one of the 3 I just mentioned is memorization. So when you talk about grammar or symbols, what you're really trying to do is just remember the symbols. You're trying to remember what things represent, and just I'm trying to think of a good symbol. It's not really. I'll come up with something in a second. The letter A. Thank you. The letter A. We know that you can draw a letter A, but can you use that to create a word? You see what I'm saying? Before you can use it to create a word, you have to know the letter A. You have to know the sounds it makes. You have to know all the variations before you can even use it.